course, that visiting Cuba at this point is not the best time because of the COVID and all the situation that we're now. But I think it's a good time for those who are planning to visit Cuba in the future. So today, guys, I want to talk to you about how much it costs visiting Cuba for 7 days, as low budget as we can. So let's dive in.
Autonomy.
It seems like it's gonna rain today, but a lot, like cats and dogs. Testing. So guys, first and foremost, I'm sorry if you are listening my fan because it's pretty hot right here. You know what I'm talking about, so we gotta be using the fan while I'm shooting this video. So first, this video is gonna be to make you understand like how is Cuba doing right now with the prices, so you can have like let's say, or a perspective how much it's gonna be costing you. These are not going to be official prices because everything is changing right now due to the COVID. So let's just start talking about the accommodation in Cuba and the low budget. Low budget is Airbnb in Havana, okay? If you're visiting Havana for 7 days, for example, and you want to stay in the center, it's going to be costing you $35, $40, even $45 per day. This is going to be per one room. It doesn't really matter if you're coming with a couple or maybe with friends. You can even be like 3 people in the same room. It really depends about the house that you're renting or the Airbnb that you're gonna be staying in, right? If you're staying in Vedado, it's gonna cost you a little bit less because you're gonna be like 7 minutes or 5 minutes from the center, so it's gonna be like 30, even 25 if you find a good deal. So that's for the accommodation. When it comes to food, the food in Cuba is extremely expensive. I mean, going outside, which is right now during the COVID, everything is closed, so it's impossible. Let's say that you're coming maybe in a few months and everything is open, or you have some, let's say, possibility to get food and cook it at your home, that's another thing. But if you come and you want to get out for dinner, lunch, even the breakfast, it's gonna cost you maybe 20, 15, 10, it really depends about the place. Let's say that you want to spend 7 days, it's gonna be costing you this. Now, when it comes to, like, say, transportation in the low budget, I mean, the lowest that you can get is if you use the public transportation, which is going to cost you maybe 2 CUP, and that's nothing. It's 2 cents in dollar. If you want to be using, let's say, cars, well, for the taxi, you have to save maybe 5 to 10 per day because you're going to be moving around, and they're going to be asking you because they know that you're a tourist. They're going to be asking you for 2, 3 per ride, unless you say, hey, mi hermano, I speak Spanish, or you can negotiate, or you can let them know that you know how Cuba works, so they're gonna be asking you for the same amount that they would ask the locals. This is very important. Sometimes you can avoid being scammed for this, and this is not kind of a scam, but they're gonna try to charge you a bit more. We've been talking about the accommodation, the food, and the transportation. Now let me give you some tips, guys, that you can use if you want to negotiate the prices or you can find the best deals. In the accommodation, what you can do is that you can, or booking.com or even Airbnb, okay? But try to do the research in different areas. The same if you want to come and you know some locals right here in Cuba. In this case, let's say that you know me. Hey Alex, I'm looking for this, and I'm gonna try to find you the best place. The same with the food. If you want to find a restaurant and you want to be walking, maybe you're with your wife, or maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you say, hey, let's go out for dinner, or let's go out to find something new. Do you have an idea what am I using right now? It's not my tripod because my tripod can't be on the table. It's pretty tall. Let me show you very quickly. This is my crazy setup.
What the fuck?
For today's video. We've been talking about the accommodation, the food, and the transportation. You want to go out and people are going to try to sell you something, and people are going to be trying to sell you something. Hey, are you looking for food? And if you don't want to be talking with them, you say no, thank you, because these people are going to be getting commission. So if you go to that restaurant that they are trying to recommend to you guys, you're going to be paying a lot more, sometimes double the price. So when it comes to transportation, what I would do here, a great tip that I can give you guys, always negotiate the price. As an overall, this is how much it's going to be costing you for 7 days visiting Cuba in a low budget if you stay in the center. If you want to stay in Vedado, it's going to be costing you this much. And again, this are not like real numbers. It really depends about, let's say, the food that you're getting, the place, exactly house they're staying in, how much are spending souvenirs, and this is tough because these are the basics that you have to follow. Hopefully this video helps you to understand more, and these prices are now, you know, contemplating the PCR, all this crazy stuff that we're having new right now. Probably the COVID is gonna stay here for a while. So what you have to do, guys, is to think in long term. If this COVID goes down and you can come and you don't need to be in quarantine, so you don't have to pay for the quarantine, these are gonna be kind of the prices. If you come and you have to pay for the quarantine, you have to pay for the PCR, you have to pay, it's insane. Another thing that you have to be thinking about is that these prices are not contemplating the tickets. The tickets, guys, depends on the season. If you come in high season, it's gonna cost you more. If you come in low season, which is right now, August, July, even September, this kind of hot season, summer in Cuba, is gonna cost you much less. So that's it for today's video. I just wanted to help you with this because I know there are so many people who are planning to visit Cuba in the future and they don't know how much it's gonna be costing. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. It was great having you here one more time. My name is Alexr. Just in case you're new here, it's raining outside and I have to take a shower once again because I'm starting sweating. Thank you so much. It was great having you here. Love you guys. Talk to you. See you in the next.